Learn English while you sleep.
The sun rises slowly in the morning. The sky changes from dark blue to soft pink. Birds start to sing in the trees. Their songs are quiet and peaceful. The air is cool and fresh. A new day begins. There is a small garden near a quiet house. The garden has many flowers. Some flowers are red, some are yellow, some are white. The flowers smell sweet. Bees fly from flower to flower. They are looking for food. The bees move slowly. They make a soft buzzing sound. In the garden, there is a tall apple tree. The tree has green leaves. In spring, white flowers grow on the tree. In summer, small apples appear. The apples are green at first, then they become red. Birds like to sit in the apple tree. They rest on the branches. They sing their songs. Next to the apple tree, there is a small pond. The water in the pond is clear. You can see small fish swimming. The fish are orange and white. They swim slowly near the bottom. Sometimes they come to the surface. Lily pads float on the water. The lily pads are round and green. Small frogs sit on the lily pads. The frogs are very still. They wait for insects. Near the pond, there is a stone path. The stones are smooth and gray. The path goes through the garden. It passes by the flowers and the trees. Walking on this path feels calm. The stones are warm in the afternoon sun. They are cool in the morning. The garden has a wooden bench. The bench is old but strong. It sits under a willow tree. The willow tree has long branches. The branches hang down like curtains. They move gently in the wind. Sitting on the bench is peaceful. You can watch the clouds move across the sky. The clouds are white and soft. They change shape slowly. There is a vegetable garden, too. Tomatoes grow on tall plants. The tomatoes are round and red. Some are still green. They need more sun. Carrots grow under the ground. You can see their green tops above the soil. Lettuce grows in neat rows. The lettuce leaves are bright green and fresh. A small rabbit sometimes visits the garden. The rabbit has brown fur and long ears. It hops slowly between the plants. It eats the grass and clover. The rabbit is not afraid. It knows this garden is safe. When the rabbit is finished eating, it sits very still. Then it hops away into the bushes. Butterflies fly through the garden during the day. They are beautiful. Some butterflies are yellow. Some are orange with black spots. Some are blue. The butterflies land on the flowers. They open and close their wings slowly. They drink from the flowers. Then they fly to the next flower. Watching butterflies is very relaxing. In the afternoon, the sun is warm. The garden smells like earth and flowers. Everything is quiet except for the birds and the bees. Time moves slowly here. There is no hurry. The flowers grow, the trees stand tall, the water in the pond is still. When evening comes, the light becomes golden. The shadows grow longer. The birds sing their last songs before night. The flowers start to close. The garden becomes even more peaceful. The air is warm and calm. This is a good time to sit and rest. The evening air becomes cooler. The sky changes color again. It becomes orange and purple. The sun goes down slowly behind the hills. The garden becomes quiet. The bees go back to their home. The butterflies rest on the leaves. They close their wings and sleep. At night, the garden looks different. The moon rises in the sky. It is round and bright. The moonlight makes everything silver. The flowers look pale in the moonlight. The pond water shines like glass. Stars appear in the dark sky. There are many stars. They are small points of light. Some stars are bright, some are dim. They do not move. An owl lives in a big oak tree near the garden. The owl has brown feathers and large eyes. At night, the owl wakes up. It sits on a branch and looks around. The owl is very quiet. Sometimes it makes a soft hooting sound. The sound travels through the quiet night. The owl flies silently. It looks for mice in the grass. The owl is a good hunter. There is a small stream beyond the garden. The stream flows gently over smooth rocks. The water makes a soft trickling sound. This sound is peaceful. The water is cold and clear. Small fish live in the stream too. They hide under the rocks during the day. At night, they swim more freely. The stream reflects the moonlight. It looks like liquid silver. Along the stream, there are tall grasses. The grasses are soft and green. They bend when the wind blows. The wind is gentle at night. It whispers through the grasses. Sometimes a cricket sits in the grass. The cricket makes a chirping sound. This sound is rhythmic and calm. Many crickets sing together. Their song fills the night air. There is a meadow past the stream. The meadow is wide and open. In the daytime, wildflowers grow there. There are daisies with white petals and yellow centers. There are purple flowers called lavender. Lavender smells wonderful. There are also tiny blue flowers. They grow close to the ground. The meadow grass is soft. It feels good under your feet. In the meadow, there are small hills. The hills are gentle and rolling. Walking over these hills is easy. From the top of a hill, You can see far away. You can see more fields. You can see distant trees. You can see the sky stretching wide. The view is simple and beautiful. A dirt path goes through the meadow. The path is narrow. It was made by people walking the same way many times. The dirt is packed down and smooth. Small pebbles are scattered on the path. Walking on this path feels natural. Your feet know where to go. The path winds gently. It is never straight for long. There is a big oak tree in the middle of the meadow. The oak tree is very old. It has thick branches and many leaves. The trunk is wide and rough. The bark has deep lines in it. This tree has been here for many years. It gives shade on hot days. Animals rest under this tree. Birds nest in its branches. The tree is strong and steady. Under the oak tree, the ground is covered with fallen leaves. The leaves are brown and dry. They make a crunching sound when you step on them. Some acorns lie on the ground too. Acorns are the tree's seeds. They are small and brown with little caps. Squirrels collect acorns. They hide them for winter. Squirrels are busy and quick. The meadow changes with the seasons. In spring, everything is green and new. Flowers bloom everywhere. Baby animals are born. The air smells fresh. In summer, the sun is warm. The grass grows tall. Everything is alive and growing. In autumn, the leaves turn yellow and orange. The air becomes crisp. In winter, the meadow is quiet and still. Snow sometimes covers the ground. Everything rests. Near the meadow, there is a forest. The forest is thick with trees. There are pine trees with long needles. There are birch trees with white bark. There are maple trees with big leaves. The forest floor is soft. Fallen leaves and pine needles cover it. Moss grows on old logs. The moss is green and soft, like carpet. Walking in the forest is peaceful. The trees stand tall around you. They block the wind. The air smells like wood and earth. Sunlight comes through the leaves in thin beams. The beams of light move. The beams of light move slowly as the day passes. Everything is quiet except for the sound of leaves rustling. Small mushrooms grow in the forest. They appear after the rain. Some mushrooms are brown. Some are red with white spots. Some are pale and delicate. The mushrooms grow near the tree roots. They grow on old fallen logs. They are part of the forest cycle. The mushrooms help the old wood break down. They return nutrients to the soil. Ferns grow in the shadowy parts of the forest. Ferns have long green leaves. The leaves are divided into many small parts. They look like feathers. Ferns like damp places. They grow where the sunlight is soft. When you touch a fern, it feels smooth and cool. The ferns move gently when the breeze passes through the forest. A deer sometimes walks through the forest. The deer has brown fur and white spots. It moves quietly between the trees. The deer stops often to listen. Its ears turn to catch sounds. The deer eats leaves from low branches. It drinks water from the stream. The deer is gentle and graceful. When it walks, its steps make almost no sound. There are many sounds in the forest. Woodpeckers tap on tree trunks. They are looking for insects inside the wood. The tapping sound echoes through the trees. It is rhythmic and steady. Leaves rustle when small animals move through them. Sometimes a branch creaks in the wind. These sounds are natural and calming. The forest has different layers. High above, the treetops form a canopy. The canopy is like a roof made of leaves. Below the canopy, there are smaller trees. They reach up toward the light. Below them, bushes and shrubs grow. The bushes have berries in late summer. The berries are red or blue or black. Birds eat these berries. At the bottom is the forest floor. This is where the moss and mushrooms grow. A small cabin sits at the edge of the forest. The cabin is made of wood. The wood is dark brown from age. The cabin has one room. It has a door and 2 windows. Smoke comes from a stone chimney. Inside the cabin, it is warm and cozy. There is a fireplace. Wood burns in the fireplace. The flames dance and flicker. The light from the fire is orange and warm. The cabin has simple furniture. There is a wooden table. There are 2 chairs. There is a bed with a thick blanket. The blanket is made of wool. It is heavy and warm. There are shelves on the wall. The shelves hold jars and bowls. There is a lamp on the table. The lamp uses oil. It gives a soft yellow light. Outside the cabin, there is a small porch. The porch has a rocking chair. The chair is old and comfortable. Sitting in this chair, you can see the forest. You can watch the trees. You can listen to the birds. You can breathe the fresh air. The rocking chair moves back and forth slowly. This movement is soothing. It helps you relax. Near the cabin, there is a wood pile. The wood is stacked neatly. Each piece of wood is cut to the same length. The wood will be used in the fireplace. It will keep the cabin warm. The smell of cut wood is pleasant. It smells like the forest. A well stands near the cabin. The well is made of stone. It is deep. Water collects at the bottom. The water is cold and pure. To get water, you lower a bucket on a rope. The bucket goes down into the darkness. You hear a splash when it hits the water. Then you pull the rope up. The bucket comes up full of water. The water tastes clean and fresh. There is a small garden beside the cabin. This garden is different from the flower garden. This garden grows food. There are potato plants. The potatoes grow underground. Their leaves are green above the soil. There are bean plants. The beans hang from the stems in green pods. There are herbs too. Rosemary grows in a small patch. It has thin leaves like needles. It smells strong and good. Thyme spreads low across the ground. Its leaves are tiny. Mint grows in a corner. Mint spreads quickly. Its leaves smell cool and fresh. The garden has a fence around it. The fence is made of wood. It keeps animals out. The fence is not very high. It is just high enough. The wood of the fence is gray from sun and rain. Some posts lean a little, but the fence still does its job. In the morning, dew covers everything. Dew is tiny drops of water. They form during the night. The grass is wet with dew. The leaves shine with dew. Spider webs become visible because of the dew. The webs look like lace. They stretch between branches. They are beautiful and delicate. When the sun rises, the dew begins to disappear. It evaporates into the air. The sun warms the earth slowly. The morning mist rises from the ground. The mist is like a thin white cloud. It floats just above the grass. As the sun gets higher, the mist disappears. The air becomes clear again. The day fully begins. A small bridge crosses the stream. The bridge is made of wooden planks. The planks are worn smooth from use. The bridge has no rails. It is simple and low. Walking across the bridge, you can look down at the water. You can see the water flowing beneath your feet. The sound of the stream is louder on the bridge. It is a gentle, constant sound. Beyond the bridge, there is an orchard. An orchard is a place where fruit trees grow. This orchard has apple trees. It also has pear trees. The trees are planted in rows. The rows are straight and even. In spring, the trees bloom. White and pink flowers cover the branches. The flowers smell sweet. Bees come to visit the flowers. The bees are busy. They move from flower to flower, collecting nectar. In summer, small fruits begin to form. The apples start as tiny green balls. They grow larger each week. The pears do the same. By late summer, the fruits are almost ready. The apples turn red or yellow depending on their type. Some apples are green even when ripe. The pears turn golden. Their skin becomes smooth. In autumn, it is time to harvest. The fruits are ready to pick. They hang heavy on the branches. Some fruits fall to the ground naturally. Fallen apples lie in the grass. Their smell is sweet and slightly fermented. Wasps come to eat the fallen fruit. The wasps are slow in the cool autumn air. The orchard grass is soft and thick. Clover grows between the trees. The clover has 3 round leaves. Sometimes you can find a 4-leaf clover. People say 4-leaf clovers bring good luck. The grass is good to walk on. Your feet sink slightly into the soft ground. There is an old stone wall at the edge of the orchard. The wall is low. It is made of flat gray stones. The stones are stacked without cement. They fit together by shape and weight. Moss grows in the cracks between stones. The moss is bright green. Small lizards live in the wall. The lizards are quick. They have brown and green scales. When you approach, they run and hide between the stones. Past the wall, there is a field. The field is wide and flat. In this field, wheat grows. The wheat plants are tall. They have long, thin stems. At the top of each stem is a head of grain. The grain is golden when it is ripe. The wheat field looks like a golden ocean. When the wind blows, the wheat moves in waves. The movement is smooth and flowing. It is beautiful to watch. Walking through the wheat field, you can hear the stems brushing against each other. They make a soft, whispering sound. The sound is peaceful. The wheat smells earthy and warm. On a sunny day, the field is bright. The golden color seems to glow. At the edge of the wheat field, there is a dirt road. The road is not paved. It is just packed earth. Wagon wheels made ruts in the road long ago. The ruts are still there. Grass grows in the center between the ruts. The road is rarely used now. It is quiet and empty. The road goes past a meadow with wildflowers. This meadow is different from the one near the stream. This meadow has different flowers. There are poppies with red petals. The petals are thin like paper. There are cornflowers. Cornflowers are bright blue. They stand tall on thin stems. There are also yellow flowers called buttercups. Buttercups are small and cheerful. In this meadow, butterflies and bees are everywhere. They move from flower to flower. The butterflies float through the air. Their flight looks slow and lazy, but they can move quickly when they want. The bees fly in straight lines. They know exactly where they are going. Their buzzing sound fills the air. It is a summer sound. It means warmth and growth. A wooden fence runs along one side of the meadow. The fence is simple. It has posts and horizontal rails. The wood is weathered. It is silver gray from years of sun and rain. Some rails are loose, some posts lean, but the fence still marks the boundary. Vines grow on the fence. The vines have small white flowers. The flowers attract hummingbirds. Hummingbirds are tiny. They are smaller than your hand. They have bright feathers. Some are green. Some have red throats. Hummingbirds can fly in any direction. They can hover in one spot. Their wings beat very fast. The wings make a humming sound. That is why they are called hummingbirds. Watching a hummingbird is magical. They move so quickly. Then they stop suddenly in the air. They drink nectar from flowers. Their beaks are long and thin, perfect for reaching into flowers. The meadow is full of life during the day. Grasshoppers jump through the tall grass. They are green or brown. They blend with their surroundings. When a grasshopper jumps, it makes a small clicking sound. Grasshoppers have long back legs. These legs are strong. They help the grasshopper jump far distances. Sometimes a grasshopper lands on a flower. It sits very still. Then it jumps away again. Dragonflies fly over the meadow too. Dragonflies have long, thin bodies. Their bodies are bright colors. Some are blue, some are red, some are green with metallic shine. Dragonflies have 4 wings. The wings are transparent. You can see through them. The wings shimmer in the sunlight. Dragonflies are fast flyers. They catch small insects in the air. They eat mosquitoes and gnats. Dragonflies help keep the insect population balanced. There is a pond in another part of the meadow. This pond is larger than the garden pond. Cattails grow around the edges. Cattails are tall plants. They have brown, fuzzy tops. The tops look like hot dogs on sticks. Cattails grow in shallow water. Their roots go deep into the mud. Ducks visit this pond. The ducks swim on the water surface. They dip their heads under water to find food. Their tail feathers stick up when they do this. It looks funny. The ducks make soft, quacking sounds. They talk to each other. Sometimes they waddle onto the shore. They walk with a funny side-to-side motion. Their feet are webbed. Webbed feet help them swim. On land, webbed feet make walking awkward. The ducks preen their feathers. They use their beaks to clean and arrange each feather. This keeps their feathers waterproof. Turtles live in the pond too. The turtles are small. They have green shells with yellow markings. Turtles like to sun themselves. They climb onto logs or rocks. They sit completely still in the sunshine. The sun warms their bodies. Turtles are cold-blooded. They need the sun to give them energy. When something scares them, turtles slide quickly into the water. They swim to the bottom and hide. The pond water is greenish. Algae grows in the water. Algae is tiny plants. They make the water look cloudy, but this is natural. The algae provides food for small creatures. Small fish eat algae. Tadpoles eat algae too. Tadpoles are baby frogs. They look like small fish with big heads. They swim in groups near the shallow edges. Later, tadpoles will grow legs. Their tails will disappear. They will become frogs and leave the water. Water lilies float on the pond surface. Water lilies have large, round leaves. The leaves are flat and green. They float like plates on the water. Water lily flowers are beautiful. Some are white, some are pink. The flowers open during the day. They close at night. The flowers smell sweet and light. They attract insects and small beetles. Near the pond, willow trees grow. Willow trees love water. Their roots spread toward moisture. Willow branches are long and flexible. They hang down toward the water. The branches have small, narrow leaves. The leaves are pale green. When wind moves through a willow tree, it makes a soft rustling sound. Sitting under a willow tree feels private. The hanging branches create a natural curtain. It is a peaceful spot. A path of stepping stones leads across one shallow part of the pond. The stones are flat and round. They sit just above the water level. You can walk across these stones. You must step carefully from one stone to the next. The stones are spaced evenly. Your steps must be steady. Walking across the stones is like a meditation. You must pay attention. You must balance. You must move slowly. On the far side of the pond, there is a hillside. The hillside is covered with grass and small bushes. The hill is not steep. It rises gradually. Walking up the hill is easy. Your legs work a little harder, but the climb is gentle. At the top of the hill, you can see the whole valley below. You can see the meadow. You can see the pond. You can see the orchard in the distance. You can see the forest. The view is peaceful and wide. The hilltop has several large rocks. The rocks are ancient. Weather has shaped them over many years. Rain has worn them smooth. The rocks are warm in the afternoon sun. They are cool in the morning. Sitting on these rocks feels grounding. The stone is solid beneath you. You can sit and look at the landscape. Time seems to slow down. Clouds move slowly across the sky above the hill. The clouds have different shapes. Some clouds are fluffy and white. These are called cumulus clouds. Some clouds are thin and wispy. These are called cirrus clouds. Some clouds are flat and gray. These are called stratus clouds. Watching clouds is relaxing. They change shape slowly. You can imagine different forms. One cloud might look like an animal. Another might look like a mountain. Each person sees something different. The wind feels different on the hilltop. It is stronger here. There are no trees to block it. The wind moves freely across the open space. It touches your face gently. It moves through your hair. The wind carries smells from far away. Sometimes it smells like rain. Sometimes it smells like flowers. Sometimes it smells like earth and grass. The wind is always moving. It never stops completely. Wildflowers grow on the hillside. These flowers are hardy. They can grow in thin soil. They need little water. There are small yellow flowers with 5 petals. There are purple flowers that grow low to the ground. there are white flowers with fuzzy stems. The flowers bend when the wind blows. Then they stand up again. They are flexible and strong. Birds fly over the hilltop. Hawks circle high in the sky. Hawks have broad wings. They spread their wings and glide. They use rising air currents to stay aloft. Hawks have excellent eyesight. They can see small animals on the ground from high above. They watch for mice and other small creatures. Hawks make a high crying sound. The sound echoes across the valley. Smaller birds fly closer to the ground. Sparrows hop from bush to bush. They search for seeds and insects. Sparrows are brown and gray. They are common birds, but they are pleasant to watch. Robins search for worms in the grass. Robins have red breasts and gray backs. They tilt their heads when they listen. They can hear worms moving underground. The hillside changes throughout the day. In early morning, shadows are long. The air is cool and fresh. Everything feels new. Dew covers the grass and flowers. Spider webs glisten with water drops. As morning progresses, the sun climbs higher. The shadows become shorter. The dew evaporates. The air warms gradually. By midday, the sun is directly overhead. The light is bright and clear. There are almost no shadows. The colors look vivid. The green of the grass is bright. The blue of the sky is deep. Everything feels warm and alive. This is a good time to rest in the shade, but on the open hilltop there is little shade. The sun touches everything. In the afternoon, the sun begins its descent. It moves toward the western horizon. The light becomes softer. It turns golden. This golden light makes everything beautiful. The grass seems to glow. The flowers look radiant. Photographers call this the golden hour. It is the most beautiful time for light. The world seems magical in this light. As evening approaches, the colors deepen. The sky begins to change. Blue fades to lighter shades. Pink and orange appear near the horizon. The sun gets lower and lower. It becomes a large orange circle. You can look at it without hurting your eyes. The sun touches the distant hills. Then it slowly sinks behind them. The day is ending. After sunset, there is twilight. Twilight is the time between day and night. The sky is not completely dark yet. It holds colors. Purple and deep blue fill the sky. The first stars appear. They are faint at first. As the sky darkens, more stars become visible. The stars seem to emerge one by one. They fill the night sky. From the hilltop at night, you can see many stars. There are no city lights here. No bright lights hide the stars. The sky is dark and clear. The stars are countless. Some are bright, some are dim. Some stars form patterns. These patterns are called constellations. People have named the constellations. They have told stories about them for thousands of years. The Milky Way stretches across the sky. The Milky Way is our galaxy. From Earth, it looks like a cloudy band of light. It is made of billions of stars. The stars are so far away, they blend together. The Milky Way is beautiful. It is humbling. It reminds us how vast the universe is. Looking at the Milky Way makes you feel small, but it also makes you feel connected to something larger. Sitting on the hilltop at night is peaceful. The air is cool. The grass is soft beneath you. The stone rocks still hold some warmth from the day's sun. You can hear night sounds. Crickets chirp steadily. An owl hoots in the distance. Leaves rustle when a small animal passes through. These sounds are not loud. They are gentle. They belong to the night. The moon rises slowly. Sometimes the moon is full and round. It gives bright light. You can see clearly by moonlight. Sometimes the moon is a thin crescent. It gives only faint light. The moon changes its shape each night. This is called the lunar cycle. The cycle takes about 1 month. First, the moon grows fuller. This is called waning. Moonlight makes the landscape look different. Colors disappear. Everything becomes shades of gray and silver. The grass looks pale. The rocks look white. Shadows are deep and dark. The contrast between light and shadow is strong. Walking in moonlight requires care. Your eyes adjust slowly. You see shapes, but not details. Everything feels mysterious and quiet. A path leads down from the hilltop. The path winds between bushes and rocks. It goes down gradually. Walking down is easier than climbing up. Your steps are light. The path eventually reaches a valley. The valley is wide and sheltered. Hills surround it on all sides. The valley feels protected and safe. In the valley, there is a small village. The village has a few simple houses. The houses are made of stone and wood. they have thick walls. The walls keep the houses cool in summer and warm in winter. Each house has a sloped roof. The roofs are made of tiles. Rain runs off the sloped roofs easily. Chimneys stand on the roofs. Smoke rises from some chimneys in the evening. The houses have small gardens. Each garden grows vegetables and herbs. There are tomato plants tied to wooden stakes. There are rows of lettuce and spinach. There are pumpkin vines spreading across the ground. The pumpkins are large and orange. Their vines have big leaves. The gardens are well cared for. The soil is dark and rich. Between the houses there are narrow lanes. The lanes are paved with cobblestones. Cobblestones are small, rounded stones. They fit together like a puzzle. The cobblestones are smooth from years of use. Walking on them feels solid. The lanes wind between the houses. They connect the village together. In the center of the village, there is a small square. The square is open and flat. A large tree grows in the middle of the square. The tree is very old. It has a thick trunk and wide branches. The branches provide shade. Benches sit under the tree. The benches are made of wood. The wood is worn smooth. People sit on these benches to rest and talk. Near the square there is a well. This well serves the whole village. It is deeper than the cabin well. The well has a stone rim around the top. A wooden roof covers the well. The roof protects the water from leaves and rain. A rope and bucket hang from a beam. The rope is thick and strong. The bucket is made of metal. Drawing water from the well takes effort. You lower the bucket. You wait for the splash. You pull the rope hand over hand. The bucket is heavy when full. The village has a small bakery. The bakery makes bread every day. Early in the morning, the baker lights the oven. The oven is made of brick. It burns wood. When the oven is hot enough, the baker puts dough inside. The dough rises and bakes. The smell of baking bread fills the air. It is a wonderful smell. It makes everyone hungry. The bread comes out golden brown. The crust is crispy. The inside is soft and warm. There is also a small workshop. A craftsman works there. The craftsman makes things from wood. He makes tables and chairs. He makes shelves and boxes. He uses simple tools. He has saws and hammers. He has chisels and planes. The craftsman works carefully. He measures each piece. He cuts precisely. He sands the wood until it is smooth. His work is beautiful and functional. The village has chickens. The chickens roam freely during the day. They scratch in the dirt. They look for seeds and insects. Chickens make soft clucking sounds. They walk with quick, jerky movements. Their heads bob forward and back. Chickens have feathers of different colors. Some are brown, some are white, some are black with green shimmer. The chickens return to their coop at night. The coop keeps them safe from foxes and other animals. A rooster lives with the chickens too. The rooster is larger than the hens. He has bright feathers and a red comb on his head. The rooster crows in the early morning. His crow is loud and clear. It announces the new day. The rooster crows several times. Then he goes about his day. He watches over the hens. He is proud and protective. There are goats in the village too. The goats are kept in a small pen during the night. During the day, they graze on the hillside. Goats eat grass and leaves. They eat almost anything green. Goats are curious animals. They explore everything. They climb on rocks. They balance on narrow ledges. Goats have rectangular pupils in their eyes. This gives them wide vision. They can see danger coming from many directions. The goats have bells around their necks. The bells are small and made of metal. When the goats move, the bells make a gentle ringing sound. The sound carries across the hillside. You can hear where the goats are even when you cannot see them. The bell sound is peaceful. It blends with other sounds of the valley. A shepherd watches the goats during the day. The shepherd sits on a rock or under a tree. The shepherd carries a long wooden staff. The staff helps with walking on uneven ground. It also helps guide the goats. The shepherd knows each goat. Each goat has its own personality. Some goats are bold. Some are shy. Some wander far. Some stay close. The shepherd keeps them all together and safe. In the evening, the shepherd brings the goats back to the village. The goats walk in a loose group. They know the way home. Their bells ring together. It sounds like music. The goats enter their pen. They settle down for the night. They chew their cud and rest. Chewing cud means they bring up food they ate earlier and chew it again. This helps them digest their food properly. The village has a small stream running through it. The stream comes down from the hills. It flows year-round. The water is clean and cold. The villagers use this water. They fill buckets. They wash vegetables. They cool their feet on hot days. The stream flows over smooth stones. It makes a constant, gentle sound. This sound is part of village life. It is always there in the background. Small fish live in the stream. The fish are quick and silvery. They hide under rocks and in shallow pools. Children sometimes try to catch them with their hands, but the fish are too fast. They dart away. The children laugh and try again. Playing by the stream is fun and safe. Flat rocks lie along the stream bank. Women use these rocks for washing clothes. They kneel by the water. They dip clothes in the stream. They rub soap on the fabric. They scrub the clothes against the smooth rocks. Then they rinse the clothes in the flowing water. They wring out the excess water. The clean clothes are hung on lines to dry. The clothes flap gently in the breeze. They smell fresh and clean. Behind the village there are fields. These fields are divided into sections. Each section belongs to a different family. Some fields grow wheat. Some grow barley. Barley is similar to wheat. It has grain heads at the top of tall stalks. Barley is used to make bread and other foods. Some fields grow vegetables. There are cabbages growing in neat rows. The cabbages are large and round. Their leaves are green and tightly wrapped. Sunflowers grow at the edges of some fields. Sunflowers are very tall. They can grow taller than a person. Sunflowers have large round faces. The faces are yellow with dark centers. The centers contain hundreds of seeds. Sunflower faces turn to follow the sun across the sky. In the morning, they face east. By evening, they face west. This movement is slow. You cannot see it happening, but over hours, the flowers turn. Bees love sunflowers. The large flower faces provide plenty of food. Bees land on the dark centers. They walk across the small flowers that make the center. Each tiny flower provides nectar. The bees collect this nectar to make honey. Their legs become covered with yellow pollen. When they fly to the next flower, they spread the pollen. This helps the flowers make seeds. Beyond the fields, there are more hills. These hills are steeper than the ones near the village. They are covered with wild grass and shrubs. Few people go to these hills. They are quiet and untouched. Wild animals live there. Rabbits make burrows in the hillside. Foxes hunt at dusk. The foxes are red with white tips on their tails. They move silently through the grass. They are clever hunters. The hills have rocky outcrops. The rocks stick up through the grass. They are gray and weathered. Lichen grows on the rocks. Lichen is a combination of fungus and algae living together. It forms colorful patches. Some lichen is bright orange. Some is pale green. Some is gray-blue. Lichen grows very slowly. Some patches are many years old. From these distant hills you can see the whole valley. The village looks small from here. The houses look like toys. The fields look like patches of different colors. Green, gold, and brown patches create a pattern. The pattern is beautiful and ordered. It shows how people work with the land. A path continues beyond the hills. This path is rarely used. It is narrow and overgrown in places. Grass grows in the middle. Only the edges show where feet have walked. The path goes up and down. It follows the natural shape of the land. Walking this path takes you away from the village. It takes you into wilder places. The path enters another forest. This forest is different from the first one. These trees are older and larger. Their trunks are massive. Their bark is thick and deeply grooved. These trees have stood here for centuries. They have seen many seasons. They have weathered many storms. They are strong and enduring. The forest floor is covered with old leaves. Years of fallen leaves have created a thick layer. This layer is soft to walk on. Your footsteps make almost no sound. The leaves are decomposing. They are becoming part of the soil. This process takes time. It feeds the forest. It gives nutrients to the trees and plants. Ferns grow thick in this forest. They are taller here than in the other forest. Some ferns reach up to your waist. Their fronds are long and graceful. They spread out like green fans. The ferns create a lush undergrowth. Walking through them, the fronds brush against your legs. They feel cool and smooth. Fallen logs lie across the forest floor. These logs were once tall trees. They fell during storms or simply from old age. Now they are home to many creatures. Insects live in the rotting wood. Beetles and ants tunnel through it. Salamanders hide underneath the logs. The logs are covered with moss and small mushrooms. They are slowly returning to the earth. The air in this forest feels thick and moist. It is humid here. The trees create so much shade that little evaporates. Moisture stays in the air. This moisture feeds the moss and ferns. It creates the perfect environment for them. Breathing this air feels good. It is rich with the smell of earth and growing things. Shafts of sunlight break through the canopy in places. Where sunlight reaches the ground, small clearings form. In these clearings, different plants grow. Small bushes with berries grow there. Flowers that need more light bloom there. These sunny spots are islands of brightness in the dim forest. A bird calls from high in the trees. The call echoes through the forest. Other birds answer. Their calls create a conversation. Though you cannot see the birds, you can hear them clearly. The calls are not loud. They are gentle and musical. They add life to the quiet forest. The path continues deeper into the forest. It becomes narrower. Tree roots cross the path. You must step over them carefully. The roots are thick and knotted. They spread across the ground like veins. Some roots are exposed above the soil. Others are partially buried. They show how trees anchor themselves to the earth. The forest opens into a glade. A glade is a natural clearing. No large trees grow in the center. Grass covers the ground. Wildflowers bloom around the edges. The glade is peaceful and beautiful. Sunlight fills the space. After the dim forest, the brightness feels wonderful. The grass in the glade is soft and green. It is the perfect place to rest. A large boulder sits at one edge of the glade. The boulder is smooth and rounded. It is warm from the sun. Sitting on this boulder, you can observe the glade. You can watch butterflies visit the flowers. You can see bees moving from bloom to bloom. You can listen to the bird songs. Everything here feels balanced and harmonious. Small purple flowers grow near the boulder. These flowers grow in clusters. Each flower has 4 delicate petals. The petals are soft like velvet. The scent is sweet, but not overpowering. The scent is subtle. It blends with the other smells of the glade. The green smell of grass, the warm smell of sun-heated stone, the fresh smell of clean air. Time passes slowly in the glade. The sun moves across the sky. Shadows shift gradually. The angle of light changes. Morning light is cool and white. Afternoon light is warm and golden. Each hour brings a slightly different quality to the glade, but the changes are gentle. Nothing happens suddenly here. A breeze sometimes moves through the glade. It comes from the forest edge. It brings the cool air from under the trees. The breeze makes the grass bend and sway. It makes the flowers nod. It feels refreshing on warm days. The breeze carries sounds from far away, the distant murmur of a stream, the rustle of leaves, the call of a bird. At the far side of the glade, the forest begins again, but before the trees start, there is a hedge of wild roses. The roses grow in a thick tangle. Their stems are covered with thorns, but their flowers are beautiful. The roses are pale pink. They have 5 rounded petals. The center of each flower is yellow. Wild roses have a lovely fragrance. It is lighter than garden roses, but it is sweet and pleasant. The rose hedge attracts many insects. Bees come for nectar, small beetles crawl on the petals, tiny spiders build webs between the stems. These spiders catch small flying insects. The webs are delicate and almost invisible. You only see them when light hits them at the right angle. Then they shine like silver thread. Beyond the roses, the path continues. It enters the forest again, but this part of the forest is lighter. The trees are not as dense. More sunlight comes through. Young saplings grow here. A sapling is a young tree. These saplings are reaching towards the light. They are competing to grow tall. Only some will succeed. Others will be shaded out by their neighbors. This is how forests naturally thin themselves. The path slopes gently downward. Walking becomes easier. Your steps are light and steady. The ground is covered with pine needles here. Pine needles are the thin leaves of pine trees. They fall to the ground in large numbers. They create a soft, brown carpet. Walking on pine needles is pleasant. They cushion your steps. They release a fresh, piney scent when crushed. Pine trees grow tall and straight. Their trunks are covered with rough bark. The bark has deep cracks and ridges. It is reddish-brown in color. Pine trees keep their needles all year. They stay green even in winter. This is why they are called evergreen trees. The needles grow in small bunches. Each bunch has several needles tied together at the base. Pine cones lie scattered on the ground. Pine cones are the seed pods of pine trees. They are brown and woody. They have scales that overlap like roof tiles. The scales protect the seeds inside. When the cone is ripe, the scales open. The seeds fall out. Birds and squirrels eat many of these seeds. Some seeds find soil and grow into new trees. A squirrel chatters from a branch above. Squirrels make a scolding sound when they see people. The sound is rapid and noisy. The squirrel's tail flicks back and forth. Its tail is large and bushy. The squirrel uses its tail for balance. It helps the squirrel jump from branch to branch. Watching a squirrel move is entertaining. They are quick and acrobatic. The path leads to a small clearing with a spring. A spring is where water comes up from underground. The water bubbles up through rocks. It forms a small pool. The pool is shallow and crystal clear. You can see every pebble on the bottom. The water is very cold. It comes from deep in the earth where it stays cool all year. The spring water flows over the edge of the pool. It becomes a tiny stream. The stream is only as wide as your hand, but it flows steadily. The water makes a soft, trickling sound. This sound is soothing and constant. Plants grow thick around the spring. They benefit from the constant moisture. The area around the spring is lush and green. Moss covers the rocks around the spring. The moss is thick and soft. It is bright green and healthy. Water keeps it moist. The moss feels like a sponge. If you press it, water seeps out. Moss has no roots. It absorbs water directly through its surface. Moss is very old. It is one of the first plants to grow on rocks. Small ferns grow between the mossy rocks. These ferns are delicate. Their fronds are finely divided. They look like lace. Water drips on them from the rocks above. The drops hang on the fern leaves like tiny jewels. When light hits these drops, they sparkle. The effect is beautiful and magical. The spring pool reflects the sky above. The reflection is perfect and clear. Looking into the water is like looking through a window. You can see blue sky and passing clouds. You can see tree branches hanging over the pool. The reflection is upside down, but it is detailed and complete. Reflections in still water are always fascinating. A small bird comes to drink from the spring. The bird lands on a rock at the water's edge. It is a tiny bird with brown feathers. It dips its beak in the water. It tilts its head back to swallow. The bird drinks several times. Then it shakes its feathers. Water drops fly in all directions. The bird chirps once and flies away. Its visit lasted only moments, but it was a perfect small moment. The air near the spring is cool. The water cools the surrounding air. On a warm day, this coolness is refreshing. You can feel the temperature difference. The cool air feels good on your skin. It is pleasant to sit near the spring and rest. The sound of trickling water is peaceful. It helps the mind relax. The tiny stream flows away from the spring. It wanders through the forest. Sometimes it flows around rocks. Sometimes it flows over them. The path of the stream is not straight. It curves and winds. Following the stream is easy. You just walk along its bank. The stream knows the way downhill. Water always flows to the lowest point. As the stream flows, it joins other small streams. Water from different springs come together. The stream grows wider. It flows faster. More water means more sound. The gentle trickle becomes a gurgle. The stream becomes strong enough to move small pebbles. You can hear them rolling along the bottom. The stream flows through different types of terrain. Sometimes it flows through open areas. Here, sunlight sparkles on the water. Sometimes it flows under overhanging trees. Here, the water looks dark and mysterious. Sometimes it flows over flat rocks. Here, the water spreads thin and wide. Sometimes it flows between narrow banks. Here, it becomes deep and swift. Each section has its own character. Small pools form where the stream slows down. These pools are calm. The water is deeper here. Small fish might live in these pools. They dart away when shadows pass over the water. The fish are cautious and quick. They hide under rocks or beneath overhanging banks. The pools are small ecosystems. Many creatures depend on them. Water striders walk on the surface of the pools. Water striders are insects with long, thin legs. They stand on the water surface. The surface tension holds them up. They move quickly across the water. They hunt for smaller insects that fall into the water. Water striders are fascinating to watch. They seem to defy gravity. Dragonfly larvae live underwater in the pools. The larvae look very different from adult dragonflies. They are brown and stubby. They have no wings. They crawl along the bottom. They hunt for tiny creatures. Eventually, they will climb out of the water. They will transform into adult dragonflies. This transformation is called metamorphosis. It is one of nature's wonders. The stream continues its journey downward. The sound of flowing water grows louder. The stream is getting closer to a river. You can hear the river in the distance. It makes a deeper, stronger sound. The river receives water from many streams. It carries this water toward the sea. The forest begins to thin near the river. More light comes through the trees. The undergrowth becomes thicker. Bushes and shrubs grow densely here. They take advantage of the extra light. Their leaves are bright green. Some bushes have thorns. Others have smooth stems. The variety of plants increases near the water. The river is wide and calm. It flows steadily between its banks. The water is clear but deeper than the stream. You cannot see the bottom in the middle. The river reflects the trees on its banks. The reflection wavers slightly with the current. The movement creates gentle ripples on the surface. Large rocks sit in the river. The rocks are smooth and rounded. Water has worn them down over many years. The current flows around these rocks. It creates small waves and eddies. An eddy is where water swirls in a circle. The eddies trap leaves and small sticks. They spin slowly in the circular current. Fish live in the river. These fish are larger than the ones in the stream. They stay in the deeper parts. Sometimes you can see a fish jump. It breaks the surface for just a moment. Then it disappears back into the water. The splash is small but noticeable. Fish jump to catch insects flying above the water. The riverbanks are made of smooth stones and sand. The stones are various sizes. Some are tiny pebbles. Others are as large as your fist. The river has carried these stones from far upstream. Over time, the water has made them smooth. The sand is fine and golden. It feels soft when you walk on it. Willow trees grow along the riverbank. Their roots reach down to the water. The roots are visible along the bank edge. They look like twisted fingers gripping the earth. The willows need lots of water. Living by the river provides what they need. Their branches hang over the water. Small fish hide in the shade beneath the branches. Water plants grow in the shallow parts of the river. These plants have long, flexible stems. The stems bend with the current. They do not break. The plants have small leaves. The leaves are narrow and green. These water plants provide food for fish and insects. They also give oxygen to the water. This helps all the river creatures survive. A heron stands in the shallow water. Herons are large birds with long legs. They stand very still. They wait patiently for fish. When a fish swims close, the heron strikes quickly. Its long beak is like a spear. Herons are excellent hunters. This heron is gray and white. Its neck is long and curved. It stands motionless like a statue. Across the river, there is a sandy beach. The beach is small and curved. It sits in a bend of the river. The sand is clean and pale. Footprints mark the sand. Small birds have walked here. Perhaps a deer came to drink. The prints tell stories of who visited the beach. Driftwood lies scattered on the beach. Driftwood is wood that has floated in the water. The river carries fallen branches and logs. Eventually, they wash up on shore. The wood is bleached pale by sun and water. It is smooth and weathered. The shapes are interesting. Some pieces look like sculptures. The river makes different sounds. In the shallow parts, it gurgles over stones. In the deep parts, it flows silently. Where it runs fast, it rushes and splashes. Each sound is part of the river's song. Together, they create a constant natural music. This music is never exactly the same. It changes with the water level and the season. Upstream, the river is narrower. The current is faster there. Downstream, the river becomes wider. It flows more slowly. The river is always moving. It never stops. Water that passes now will be far away tomorrow. New water constantly arrives from upstream. The river is always changing, yet always the same. A wooden bridge crosses the river. The bridge is old but sturdy. It is made of thick wooden planks. The planks are gray with age. The railings on both sides are weathered and smooth. Walking across the bridge, you can look down at the flowing water. The view is peaceful and calming. From the bridge, you can see in both directions. Upstream, the river curves through the forest. Trees line both banks. The water sparkles where sunlight hits it. Downstream, the river flows toward open country. The forest gradually gives way to fields and meadows. The river continues its endless journey. Under the bridge, swallows build their nests. Swallows are small birds with forked tails. They fly very fast. They catch insects in mid-air. The nests are made of mud. The swallows collect mud from the riverbank. They shape it into small cup-shaped nests. The nests stick to the wooden beams under the bridge. The location keeps the nests dry and protected. The swallows dart and swoop through the air. They are graceful flyers. They make sharp turns. They climb and dive. Watching swallows is mesmerizing. Their flight seems effortless. They make soft chirping sounds as they fly. During summer evenings, many swallows fly together. They fill the air with movement and sound. Beyond the bridge, a path follows the riverbank. The path is well worn. Many feet have walked here over the years. The ground is packed firm. Grass grows on both sides of the path. The grass is short and dense. Walking on this path is easy and pleasant. The river flows beside you. Its presence is constant and comforting. Cattails grow in the marshy areas along the river. The cattails stand tall and straight. Their brown tops sway gently in the breeze. These plants like wet ground. Their roots grow deep into the mud. Cattails provide homes for many creatures. Small birds nest among the stems. Insects crawl up and down the stalks. The cattails are part of the river ecosystem. Red-winged birds perch on the cattail stems. These birds are black with bright red patches on their wings. The red shows when they spread their wings. The birds call to each other. Their call is a clear musical sound. It carries across the water. The birds are territorial. They guard their section of the marsh. They chase away other birds that come too close. Frogs live in the marshy areas too. You can hear them calling. Frogs make different sounds. Some croak deeply, some chirp like birds, some make clicking sounds. Each type of frog has its own call. The calls are loudest in the evening. The frogs call to attract mates. The sound of many frogs together creates a chorus. This chorus is a sign of a healthy wetland. The path leads to a meadow beside the river. This meadow is wide and flat. The grass is tall and golden. The grass moves like waves when wind blows across it. It moves smooth and flowing. It looks like the ocean, but it is silent except for the soft whisper of grass blades rubbing together. Wildflowers dot the meadow. There are flowers of many colors. Yellow flowers stand on tall stems. Purple flowers grow in clusters. White flowers spread low across the ground. The flowers attract butterflies and bees. The insects move constantly from flower to flower. Their movement adds life to the peaceful meadow. A narrow stream crosses the meadow. This stream flows from a different source. It joins the river at the meadow's edge. Where the stream meets the river, the water swirls and mixes. Two flows become one. The meeting point is called a confluence. The water at a confluence is often deeper. Fish gather there. The mixing waters bring food and oxygen. Near the confluence, there is a flat area of stones. These stones are perfect for sitting. They are smooth and comfortable. Sitting here, you can watch both the stream and the river. You can see how they come together. You can listen to the different sounds they make. The stream makes a higher, faster sound. The river makes a lower, steadier sound. Together they create harmony. The sun begins to lower in the sky. The light becomes warmer and softer. Late afternoon is a beautiful time by the river. Everything seems to glow. The water catches the golden light. It shimmers and sparkles. The grass looks luminous. Even the stones seem to hold warmth and light. This is a magical hour. Shadows grow longer across the meadow. They stretch out from every tree and bush. The shadows are soft and purple. They create patterns on the grass. These patterns change as the sun moves. The changing light makes familiar things look different. The meadow transforms slowly as evening approaches. Birds become more active in late afternoon. They feed before night comes. You can see them flying between trees. They land in the grass to search for seeds. Small birds hop and peck. Larger birds walk with measured steps. Each bird has its own way of moving. Each has its own purpose. A kingfisher sits on a branch overhanging the river. Kingfishers are beautiful birds. This one has blue feathers on its back. Its chest is orange-red. Kingfishers eat fish. They sit and watch the water carefully. When they see a fish, they dive. They plunge into the water head first. They catch the fish in their sharp beaks. Then they return to their perch. They hit the fish against the branch to stun it. Then they swallow it whole. The kingfisher is patient. It waits without moving. Its eyes are sharp. It can see fish beneath the water surface. Watching a kingfisher hunt is fascinating. Everything happens quickly. The dive, the catch, the return. It takes only seconds. Then the bird sits still again. It waits for the next opportunity. Dragonflies patrol the river's edge. They fly back and forth. Their flight is fast and direct. Dragonflies are hunting too. They catch mosquitoes and small flies. Dragonflies are beneficial insects. They help control pest populations. Their wings are transparent and delicate. Their wings shimmer in the sunlight. When a dragonfly hovers, its wings beat so fast they blur. Some dragonflies are bright blue. Some are green with metallic shine. Some are red like flame. Each color is vivid and beautiful. Dragonflies have large compound eyes. These eyes can see in almost all directions. This helps them catch prey in midair. Dragonflies are ancient insects. They have existed for millions of years. They are survivors. The meadow grass rustles. A small movement catches your eye. A field mouse appears. The mouse is tiny with brown fur. It has a long tail and small round ears. The mouse moves quickly and nervously. It stops often to look around. It is watching for danger. Hawks and owls hunt mice. The mouse must be careful. The mouse searches for seeds. It uses its small paws to hold the seeds. It nibbles quickly. Its whiskers twitch constantly. Whiskers help the mouse sense its surroundings. After eating, the mouse disappears into the grass. It moves so quickly you barely see it go. The grass closes behind it. The meadow looks empty again. A gentle breeze moves across the water. The breeze creates small ripples. The ripples spread outward in circles. They overlap and intersect. The pattern is complex and beautiful. The ripples catch the light. They create tiny sparkles on the water surface. The breeze feels cool and fresh. It carries the scent of water and grass. Beyond the bridge, a path follows the riverbank. The path is well worn. Many feet have walked here over the years. The ground is packed firm. Grass grows on both sides of the path. The grass is short and dense. Walking on this path is easy and pleasant. The river flows beside you. Its presence is constant and comforting. Cattails grow in the marshy areas along the river. The cattails stand tall and straight. Their brown tops sway gently in the breeze. These plants like wet ground. Their roots grow deep into the mud. Cattails provide homes for many creatures. Small birds nest among the stems. Insects crawl up and down the stalks. The cattails are part of the river ecosystem. Red-winged birds perch on the cattail stems. These birds are black with bright red patches on their wings. The red shows when they spread their wings. The birds call to each other. Their call is a clear musical sound. It carries across the water. The birds are territorial. They guard their section of the marsh. They chase away other birds that come too close. Frogs live in the marshy areas too. You can hear them calling. Frogs make different sounds. Some croak deeply. Some chirp like birds. Some make clicking sounds. Each type of frog has its own call. The calls are loudest in the evening. The frogs call to attract mates. The sound of many frogs together creates a chorus. This chorus is a sign of a healthy wetland. The path leads to a meadow beside the river. This meadow is wide and flat. The grass is tall and golden. The grass moves like waves when wind blows across it. The movement is smooth and flowing. It looks like the ocean, but it is silent except for the soft whisper of grass blades rubbing together. Wildflowers dot the meadow. There are flowers of many colors. Yellow flowers stand on tall stems. Purple flowers grow in clusters. White flowers spread low across the ground. The flowers attract butterflies and bees. The insects move constantly from flower to flower. Their movement adds life to the peaceful meadow. A narrow stream crosses the meadow. This stream flows from a different source. It joins the river at the meadow's edge. Where the stream meets the river, the water swirls and mixes. Two flows become one. The meeting point is called a confluence. The water at a confluence is often deeper. Fish gather there. The mixing waters bring food and oxygen. Near the confluence, there is a flat area of stones. These stones are perfect for sitting. They are smooth and comfortable. Sitting here, you can watch both the stream and the river. You can see how they come together. You can listen to the different sounds they make. The stream makes a higher, faster sound. The river makes a lower, steadier sound. Together, they create harmony. The sun begins to lower in the sky. The light becomes warmer and softer. Late afternoon is a beautiful time by the river. Everything seems to glow. The water catches the golden light. It shimmers and sparkles. The grass looks luminous. Even the stones seem to hold warmth and light. This is a magical hour. Shadows grow longer across the meadow. They stretch out from every tree and bush. The shadows are soft and purple. They create patterns on the grass. These patterns change as the sun moves. The changing light makes familiar things look different. The meadow transforms slowly as evening approaches. Birds become more active in late afternoon. They feed before night comes. You can see them flying between trees. They land in the grass to search for seeds. Small birds hop and peck. Larger birds walk with measured steps. Each bird has its own way of moving. Each has its own purpose. A kingfisher sits on a branch overhanging the river. Kingfishers are beautiful birds. This one has blue feathers on its back. Its chest is orange-red. Kingfishers eat fish. They sit and watch the water carefully. When they see a fish, they dive. They plunge into the water head first. They catch the fish in their sharp beaks. Then they return to their perch. They hit the fish against the branch to stun it. Then they swallow it whole. The kingfisher is patient. It waits without moving. Its eyes are sharp. It can see fish beneath the water surface. Watching a kingfisher hunt is fascinating. Everything happens quickly. The dive, the catch, the return. It takes only seconds. Then the bird sits still again. It waits for the next opportunity. Dragonflies patrol the river's edge. They fly back and forth. Their flight is fast and direct. Dragonflies are hunting too. They catch mosquitoes and small flies. Dragonflies are beneficial insects. They help control pest populations. Their wings are transparent and delicate. The wings shimmer in the sunlight. When a dragonfly hovers, its wings beat so fast they blur. Some dragonflies are bright blue. Some are green with metallic shine. Some are red like flame. Each color is vivid and beautiful. Dragonflies have large compound eyes. These eyes can see in almost all directions. This helps them catch prey in mid-air. Dragonflies are ancient insects. They have existed for millions of years. They are survivors. The meadow grass rustles. A small movement catches your eye. A field mouse appears. The mouse is tiny with brown fur. It has a long tail and small round ears. The mouse moves quickly and nervously. It stops often to look around. It is watching for danger. Hawks and owls hunt mice. The mouse must be careful. The mouse searches for seeds. It uses its small paws to hold the seeds. It nibbles quickly. Its whiskers twitch constantly. Whiskers help the mouse sense its surroundings. After eating, the mouse disappears into the grass. It moves so quickly you barely see it go. The grass closes behind it. The meadow looks empty again. A gentle breeze moves across the water. The breeze creates small ripples. The ripples spread outward in circles. They overlap and intersect. The pattern is complex and beautiful. The ripples catch the light. They create tiny sparkles on the water surface. The breeze feels cool and fresh. It carries the scent of water and grass. The moonlight creates patterns on the ground. Light filters through tree branches. It makes lace-like shadows on the grass. The shadows shift slightly when branches move in the breeze. The patterns are delicate and intricate. They change constantly but slowly. Watching these shadow patterns is hypnotic. They draw the eye and calm the mind. The river looks different under moonlight. The flowing water catches and reflects the moon. Silver streaks move across the dark surface. The streaks shimmer and dance. They follow the current. Where the water is calm, the moon's reflection is clear. You can see the round shape reflected. Where the water moves faster, The reflection breaks into fragments. Pieces of light scatter and rejoin. Night creatures become active. Small animals emerge from their hiding places. They feel safer in darkness. A raccoon comes to the river's edge. Raccoons have gray fur with black masks across their eyes. They have ringed tails. This raccoon is looking for food. Raccoons eat many things. They catch fish and crayfish in shallow water. They find insects and small animals. They are clever and adaptable. The raccoon dips its paws in the water. It feels around the bottom. Raccoons have sensitive paws. They use touch to find food. The raccoon catches something. It brings it to the shore. It washes the food in the water. Raccoons often wash their food. This is a natural behavior. Then the raccoon eats. It sits and chews. Its movements are calm and methodical. Fireflies begin to appear over the meadow. Fireflies are small beetles. They produce light in their bodies. The light is yellow-green. It flashes on and off. Each firefly has its own flashing pattern. The flashing is how fireflies communicate. Males fly around flashing. Females sit in the grass and flash back. When patterns match, they have found a mate. Watching fireflies is magical. Dozens of lights blink across the dark meadow. Each light appears for a moment, then it disappears. Then it appears again in a different place. The effect is like stars falling slowly to earth. Children everywhere love to watch fireflies. The lights seem impossible. How can a tiny insect make light? But nature creates this wonder. The air feels soft and gentle. There is little wind now. The breeze of evening has calmed. The air is still. This stillness adds to the peaceful feeling. Everything is quiet and calm. The night wraps around you like a blanket. It feels protective and safe. There is nothing to fear in this gentle darkness. Somewhere an animal moves through dry leaves. You hear the rustling, but you cannot see what makes the sound. The sound moves slowly. It stops. It starts again. Perhaps it is a hedgehog searching for insects. Hedgehogs come out at night. They have spiny backs and small pointed faces. They shuffle through leaves and grass. They make small snuffling sounds as they search for food. The stars are brilliant now. The sky is completely dark. Thousands of stars are visible. They fill the entire sky. Some stars are bright points, some are dim. They vary in color too. Most appear white, some have a slight blue tint, some appear yellowish. Each star is actually a sun. Some are larger than our sun, some are smaller. All are incredibly far away. Constellations are visible. Groups of stars form patterns. Ancient people named these patterns. They saw pictures in the stars. They told stories about them. One pattern looks like a hunter. Another looks like a bear. Another looks like a scorpion. Learning the constellations takes time, but once you know them, they become old friends. You can find them whenever you look up. The Milky Way stretches overhead. It is a pale band of light. The band arches across the entire sky. It looks cloudy or misty, but it is actually billions of stars. The stars are so distant they blend together. We are inside the Milky Way galaxy. We are looking at our galaxy from within. The view is humbling and awe-inspiring. Occasionally, a meteor streaks across the sky. Meteors are called shooting stars, but they are not stars. They are small pieces of rock and dust. They enter Earth's atmosphere at high speed. Friction makes them burn. They create a brief, bright streak. Most meteors burn up completely. They never reach the ground. Seeing a meteor is exciting. It happens quickly. The streak appears and vanishes in a second. An airplane passes high overhead. You can see its lights blinking. Red and white lights flash in a pattern. The airplane moves steadily across the sky. It makes a distant humming sound. The sound is faint. It does not disturb the peaceful night. The airplane is traveling to some distant place. It carries people on their journeys. Soon it passes beyond sight. Satellites are visible too if you watch carefully. Satellites look like moving stars. They travel steadily across the sky. They do not blink like airplanes. They reflect sunlight from high above. Even though it is night here, the sun still shines in space. The satellites catch that sunlight. They appear as small points of moving light. They take several minutes to cross the sky. The moon continues its slow journey across the heavens. It rises higher hour by hour. The moon moves steadily. Its path is predictable. People have tracked the moon's movements for thousands of years. The moon affects our planet. It creates tides in the oceans. It influences many natural rhythms. The moon is Earth's companion in space. Lying on your back in the meadow grass, you can watch the sky. The grass is cool now, but not uncomfortable. Looking up, the sky seems infinite. It stretches forever in all directions. The vastness is overwhelming, yet it is also comforting. We are part of this universe. We are connected to everything we see. The grass beneath you feels soft and supportive. Individual blades press gently against your back. The earth beneath is solid and steady. There is something grounding about lying on the earth. You feel connected to the ground. You feel part of the natural world. The concerns of daily life seem distant and unimportant. A gentle breeze stirs occasionally. It moves across your face. It touches your hands. The breeze is warm for night air. It carries scents from far away, perhaps the scent of distant flowers, perhaps the smell of water. The breeze connects everything. Air that touched distant mountains now touches you. Air is always moving and mixing. The cricket song continues without pause. The sound has become familiar. Your ears have adjusted to it. Now it is simply part of the night. The rhythm is steady and unchanging. This consistency is soothing. The crickets will chirp through most of the night. They will stop only when dawn approaches. Occasionally you hear other sounds, a splash in the river, perhaps a fish jumping, or something entering the water. The sound is brief. Then the steady river flow continues. A twig snaps somewhere in the darkness. Some creature is moving through the undergrowth, but the sound is not close. It does not disturb the peace. Time feels different at night. It seems to slow down. Minutes stretch and blend together. Without the sun to mark the hours, time becomes less important. There is no urgency, no schedule to follow, just the slow progression of night. This timeless feeling is restful. The mind can let go of planning and measuring. Your breathing slows naturally. Each breath becomes deeper and more relaxed. You breathe in the cool night air. You breathe out tension and worry. The rhythm of breathing matches the rhythm of night. Everything has a rhythm. The flowing river, the chirping crickets, your own heartbeat. These rhythms harmonize. The sky seems closer somehow. The stars seem reachable. Though you know they are impossibly far, they feel present. They feel like companions. The moon watches over everything. Its light is constant and reliable. The moon has watched over countless nights. It has seen civilizations rise and fall, yet it remains unchanged. Clouds drift slowly across the sky. They are thin clouds tonight. They look like wisps of cotton. The clouds are silvery in the moonlight. When a cloud passes in front of the moon, the light dims slightly. Then the cloud moves on. The full moonlight returns. The clouds come from somewhere. They travel to somewhere else. They are on their own journey. The temperature has stabilized now. It is no longer dropping. The night has reached its equilibrium. The coolness is pleasant. It is not uncomfortable at all. The body adjusts easily. You barely notice the temperature. It simply feels right. This is the temperature of peaceful night. Small sounds become noticeable, sounds you would miss during the day. The rustle of a moth's wings, the tiny splash of a water insect, the soft hoot of a distant owl. These sounds are delicate. They are part of the night's quiet symphony. Each sound has its place and purpose. Your eyes have fully adjusted to darkness now. You can see surprisingly well. The meadow stretches around you. You can see the dark shapes of trees against the lighter sky. You can see the gleam of the river. You can see the outline of distant hills. Night vision is different from day vision. It is softer and less detailed, but it is adequate. A bat passes overhead. Its silhouette crosses the moon for just an instant. The bat's flight is erratic and quick. It zigzags through the air. It is hunting successfully. The night sky is full of insects. The bat catches them one by one. Its aerial acrobatics are impressive, even in silhouette. The moon is higher now. It has climbed well above the horizon. It shines down from nearly overhead. Its light is bright and clear. Reading would be difficult, but not impossible. People in the past relied on moonlight. They planned important activities for nights when the moon was full. The moon was their lantern. Dewdrops are beginning to form. The grass feels slightly damp. Moisture condenses from the cooling air. By morning, everything will be covered with dew. But now the process is just beginning. You can feel the faint dampness. It is barely noticeable, just a slight coolness on the blades of grass. The night is deepest now. This is the heart of darkness, the time furthest from both sunset and sunrise. The world sleeps. Most diurnal creatures are resting. They have found safe places. They sleep until dawn. Nocturnal creatures are active. They hunt and forage. They live their lives in darkness. But here in the meadow, everything feels still. There is activity in the shadows, but it is quiet activity. Nature conducts its business gently. There is no rush, no panic. Everything moves at the right pace. Predators hunt, but without cruelty. Prey stay alert, but without fear. This is simply how nature works. The river continues its eternal flow. It has flowed through countless nights. It will flow through countless more. The river connects past and future. Water flowing now will soon be far downstream. New water constantly arrives from upstream, yet the river remains. It is both changing and changeless. This paradox is profound. Lying here under the stars, you feel small, but you also feel part of something immense. The universe is vast beyond comprehension, yet you exist within it. You are made of the same atoms as the stars. You are stardust given consciousness. This thought is both humbling and elevating. The peace of the night settles deeper. Everything feels balanced and complete. There is nothing missing from this moment. The cool air, the soft grass, the distant sounds, all of it combines into perfect harmony. This is the kind of peace that heals. It refreshes the spirit. It calms the restless mind. Your thoughts begin to drift. They move slowly like clouds. One thought fades, another appears. Nothing urgent demands attention. The thoughts are gentle observations. How beautiful the stars look. How peaceful the river sounds. These simple thoughts are enough. There is no need for complex thinking now. The boundary between waking and sleeping becomes soft. You are relaxed but aware. You notice the night around you, but you also drift into quiet reflection. This state is deeply restful. The body rests while remaining conscious. The mind releases its normal activity. Everything slows and softens. Sleep comes gently when it arrives. It does not rush or demand. It simply arrives naturally, like night following day, like the tide coming in. Sleep is part of the natural rhythm. The body knows when it needs rest. The night provides the perfect environment, cool, quiet, dark, and peaceful. Dreams may come during sleep. Dreams are mysterious. They blend memory and imagination. They create scenes that feel real. In dreams, impossible things happen naturally. You might fly over the meadow. You might swim in the river like a fish. Dreams follow their own logic. They make sense while they happen. The night continues around sleeping forms. The crickets keep singing. The river keeps flowing. The stars continue their slow wheel across the sky. Nature does not sleep. It continues its patterns and cycles. Life goes on through darkness and light. This continuation is reassuring. The moon travels across the sky through the night. It follows its ancient path, the same path it has followed for billions of years. The moon rises in the east. It arcs across the sky. It sets in the west. This pattern never changes. The moon is constant and dependable. In the deepest part of night, the world is most still. The wind has dropped to nothing. The air is completely calm. Even the leaves hang motionless. This stillness is profound. It is the stillness of deep meditation. Everything pauses. Everything rests. Time itself seems to pause. But gradually, imperceptibly, things begin to change. The very darkest moment passes. The night begins its slow transition toward morning. The change is so subtle at first, it cannot be seen. It can only be felt. The quality of darkness shifts slightly. Dawn is still far away, but its approach has begun. The stars near the eastern horizon begin to fade first, just the faintest dimming. The brightest stars remain clear, but the dimmest ones disappear. The sky in the east is no longer pure black. It becomes dark gray. The gray is so dark it is almost black, but it is different. It is the first hint of coming light. The birds know before humans do. Internal clocks tell them dawn approaches. The very first birds begin to wake. They do not sing yet. They simply wake and prepare. They ruffle their feathers. They shift position on their branches. They ready themselves for the new day. One bird makes a single call. It is a test, a greeting to the coming dawn. The call is quiet and tentative. No other bird answers yet. It is too early, but that one call breaks the night's spell. It announces that change is coming. Day will return. It always does. The cricket's song begins to slow. The crickets have sung all night. Now they begin to tire. Their chirping becomes less intense. The sound thins slightly. Soon they will stop completely. Crickets are creatures of darkness. When light comes, they rest. The frogs fall silent. Their calling stops. The marsh becomes quiet. The frogs know dawn is near. They retreat to their hiding places. They will spend the day resting. Night is their time. Day belongs to other creatures. The sky continues to lighten in the east. The gray becomes lighter. It is still not bright, but it is no longer the gray of night. It is the gray of pre-dawn. This time has its own special quality. The air feels different. It becomes very still and expectant. Nature holds its breath. The temperature is at its lowest point of the full day-night cycle. The earth has radiated its heat through the long night. Now it waits for the sun's return. More birds wake. More single calls pierce the darkness. Still tentative, still quiet, but more frequent now. The birds are communicating. They are announcing their presence. They are claiming their territories. Soon these single calls will become a chorus. The eastern sky takes on a pale color. It is not quite pink, not quite yellow. It is a delicate hue between the two. The color is soft and gentle. It spreads slowly across the horizon. Above this colored band, the sky remains dark gray, but the change has begun. Light is returning to the world.